Good evening and welcome to the virtual commencement celebration for the class of 2020. In all of my wildest dreams, I never thought that I would be addressing the class of 2020 and their families in this fashion. Sit back, relax, and we hope you will enjoy our rendition of Grandview High School's class of 2020 graduation. Following tradition, we will now hear the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Victor Hunt and Mr. Frankie Prieto to the podium as they lead us in both our English and Spanish invocation.
Congratulations, Grandview graduating class of 2020. We're here to celebrate some wonderful, incredible young men and women who have achieved an incredible milestone that with over obstacles that we didn't even imagine a year ago. It is my privilege to pray for you today. Almighty God, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for all that you have done in the lives of these young people to bring them to this point today. We pray that you would just bless the celebration, bless each and every person who is involved. We thank you for their families, for the teachers, for the schools, for all that has happened in order that they could achieve this incredible milestone. So bless this time together, keep them safe, and just guide and direct them in their adventure to come. In your name we pray. Amen.
Querida clase de 2020, felicitaciones por todos sus éxitos y logros que han logrado a lo largo de los últimos años. Hoy celebramos todos esos logros y esperamos su futuro éxito. Hoy también es un día para celebrar y honrar a toda su familia, amigos y seres queridos que estuvieron a sus lados y apoyaron todos sus logros. Es importante recordar que esas personas pueden haber sacrificado mucho para ayudarles a llegar a este día. Tu diploma también es de ellos. Es posible que esta graduación no se parezca a lo que todos imaginaban cuando comenzaron su último año, pero esto no quita todo lo que han logrado este año. Este día es realmente un gran hito en todas sus vidas. Después de hoy, todos de ustedes tendrán un diploma de escuela secundaria y comenzarán la próxima fase de sus vidas. Les deseo lo mejor en la próxima fase de su vida. Todos ustedes han logrado mucho y sé que pueden lograr aún más. Y cuando la vida los presente desafíos, solo deben saber que no están solos. Siempre tendrán a quienes los ayudaron a llegar a donde están hoy. Siempre tendrán su comunidad de Grandview para ayudarlos y siempre tendrán a su familia de Greyhounds. Una vez más, felicidades y que Dios los bendiga en su futuro.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt, Mr. Prieto. What great words to start our evening by. This is now my 5th address to the graduates of Grandview High School, and I truly don't know what to say other than I'm sorry. This is not how I dreamt your final farewell would be. You are the last class to graduate from this high school, and you didn't even get to give it a true farewell. As these festivities continue, please note that we are trying to make it as real as can be. It may even have a few special effects that we wouldn't be able to do if we weren't doing this virtually. First, it is important to recognize the Grandview School District has 3 educational programs that offer options for meeting the graduation requirements from the Grandview School District. In addition to Grandview High School, students can attend Contract Learning Center, which is a program for students that have unique situations that make it difficult for them to attend a traditional daily program. The Grandview School District also has a partnership with Yakima Valley College, and we jointly offer a program called Step Up to College through Open Doors. This program is for the student that has a different set of needs. The point here is that the Grandview School District has 3 different amazing programs for avenues that students are able to earn their high school diploma. Tonight, we have graduates from all 3 of these programs. I want you to know that this is a very special virtual congratulations to every single one of you. At this time, I would also like to acknowledge the amazing staff from each of these 3 programs. Thank you for all you do through these trying times to make Grandview School District a great place for all students to earn an education. The combined efforts of these 3 programs have worked to bring you 245 graduates, and I'm happy to say that this class continues to grow, and this is our largest class yet. This ceremony is nothing like any other graduation in the past, and we all hope that there will be never another like it again. And this is especially true for these unprecedented times of the pandemic or our virtual graduation. On behalf of the class of 2020 and our staff, I would like to say thank you to the class of 2020 advisors, Tammy Parrish and Rosa Avias. Your graciousness and dedication to this class has helped these young men and women mature into our stars of today. There is something unique today as well, as we have staff members that are parents to some of our graduates. Rocco Parrish has 3 family members on staff at Grandview High School. His father, Scott, our athletic director and assistant principal, his mother, Tammy, our librarian, and his older sister, Peyton, who is a teacher. We also want to acknowledge that Stephanie Cuevas is the stepdaughter of Rosa Avias. Tonight's virtual graduation was put together by many individuals. Thank you to Elena Olmsted, our communications director, for working closely with the GHS staff and the Grandview School District's technology departments to make this all happen. This year, the class of 2020 has selected Mr. Ryan Harvey as their class speaker. Ryan is one of our social studies teachers. He is known for his straight talk and no-nonsense attitude with students, but more importantly, for his compassionate heart. Please help me thank Mr. Harvey for his dedication to the students of Grandview High School as we welcome him to the podium. Ryan?
I was originally planning on providing this speech on a stage in front of you and your families, but we were dealt a different hand for the graduating class of 2020. Instead of spending this day together with high fives, handshakes, and hugs, you find yourselves spending this day with the people who have been part of your journey from the very beginning. Take a few moments to thank them for pushing you and being with you. Traditionally, high school graduation has been considered to be the stepping stone to the real world, where senior graduates, families, schools, and communities get to provide closure to yet another set of graduates to take on the world. Being a part of many different graduations, I have always realized that the speakers generally throw out words of encouragement that address the fears of students who are about to take on life by themselves. Yet none of you have anything to fear. Every one of you have had people preparing you for this moment throughout the duration of your young lives. Many of you have awaited this day as your perspective has been something along the lines of an end to your youth and the beginning of adulthood. But it is not the end nor the beginning of the journey you are on, as all of you have so much more to accomplish. This day is simply a continuation of your next step. This day represents a change that you all are prepared for. The title of this speech is Sudden Change. Sudden change is a term that is often used in football after a turnover that requires the immediate response for teams to transition from offense to defense to respond to a situation. It is the one moment in football where all of the preparation that was going into that series or plays unexpectedly met with chaos that requires an immediate response to pull everyone together and organize a response to the next situation. Sudden change extends beyond the field of play and into the lives of each and every person. It is as consistent as time itself and as necessary as breathing. Though sudden change is a necessary component to life, it is one of the most stressful components that many people and organizations are not prepared for. The year of 2020 has definitely thrusted all of us into a time of sudden change, as we have had to rapidly pull everyone together and organize a response to each situation we are experiencing. Communities being on lockdown, virtual classes, virtual graduations, and even limitations on commodities like toilet paper have all been a result of the chaos that the world has been experiencing. Yet, other results have included communities uniting, families spending time together, and incredible innovations that press society forward to develop solutions. Sudden change pushes people to levels of discomfort that reminds all of us what it is like to fear the unexpected. But there is nothing to fear. You see, it is in these moments that we are tested. It is in these moments that we learn. It is in these moments that we grow. It is in these moments that we have the opportunity to truly see what we're made of. The question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to let your situation be bigger than you? Or are you going to be bigger than your situation? You may ask, what does it take to prepare for these situations? How do I overcome them? How do I take on the world and my dreams by myself? Passion. Be passionate with what you do, even if it is not the dream job that you see for yourself. Passion is not driven by the attainment of money or security. It is the inner self of the individual to thrive no matter what the circumstances are. Being passionate about what you do means that you won't allow blame to enter your mind. Don't blame the world or the people around you when you don't quite accomplish what you see for yourself. Instead, be passionate about the journey that you are on. The journey is your opportunity to learn that your experience and failures and accomplishments will always happen. Accept the journey as the opportunity to learn and to push you forward. As my father would tell me, do the work. Whatever you do, do the work. It doesn't matter if you think it's worth it or not. What matters is that you doing the work is the most important factor that motivates you through your own journey. And lastly, accept responsibility for your decisions. Accepting responsibility for your own decisions will empower you to take control of your own lives. Accepting responsibility will help you accept failure when it happens, which will allow you to continue your journey. You will experience failure. You must be willing to accept responsibility and push ahead. Embrace failure for what it is, a learning experience. When you do fail, analyze it why it happened, without blaming the world for your situation. You have the power and control to change your situation and push yourselves forward. These few points will prepare you to be ready for sudden changes that will indefinitely happen. You have the power and the control to accomplish what you want. If you take on these characteristics, you know that every success you experience will be earned, which will only empower you in the end. I want you all to know that I thank all of you for allowing me to motivate you one last time. I hope that each of you will accept the strength you have within yourself to overcome any situation that you encounter. When you experience sudden change, take a deep breath, think about what you have control of, and simply move forward. I've been fortunate to teach most of you in my classes, and those of you that I have not taught probably know me as the guy that has riddles on my wall outside the door. So I'm going to leave you all with one last riddle to solve. I lead the way into the unknown and bring strength where there is fear. I am the creator of invention and the maker of all adventure. What am I? Hint, it is not a teacher, parent, or coach. It is something innate in us all.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey. What amazing words. At this time, I would like to introduce the 2020 class salutatorian, Christine Alvarez, to the podium. She will share with you her words of wisdom about life's lessons.
Before I begin, I would like to express a huge amount of gratitude for all the people who made our high school experience possible. Thank you to our parents and families who supported us through thick and thin. Thank you to the administration who fought tirelessly for us and for the success of the school. And on behalf of the students, thank you to the teachers and counselors who have formed relationships with us throughout these 4 years. Now to the class of 2020. We sure have experienced a lot on our way to wearing this cap and gown. It is unimaginable to think that just 4 years ago, we were walking into this new daunting chapter in our lives known as high school. Individually, we can all reminisce for hours to uniquely different stories, looking back upon both the good and bad. While no one enjoys reminiscing bad memories, in realization, those times are what shaped us into the people we are today. Therefore, we should be thankful to carry such valuable lifelong lessons that will now come in use while we prepare to navigate the real world. If there's anything I've learned most, it is that the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. As it was said by the French poet Molière, we as a class of 2020 are truly one of a kind. We have been raised in a time unparalleled to anywhere else in history. We were those born just before and just after the 9/11 terror attacks. We also grew up through the Great Recession and financial crisis. And now we graduate high school in the midst of a global pandemic. No other graduating class will ever face these hardships. Consequently, we are more open to change than those who came before us, and we seek to find the greatness out of our situations. We find the glory in our obstacles. Although this is our ending, it does not negate all that we have accomplished throughout high school. Yes, we aren't having the traditional graduation. However, we have received more recognition and appreciation than those who came before us. And we will always be the most memorable. On top of that, think of everything we have learned. Think of how this has prepared us for the future and what to expect. Life is going to be challenging. Life will be hard. Life will drop unexpected things on your lap. But I challenge you to face these things head on, confidently, and without hesitation. Once again, congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you all the best in your years to come. Now I would like to introduce the class valedictorian, Rocco Parrish.
Good evening. I would like to start off by saying thank you to the teachers, coaches, administrators, school board, and the community. None of us would be where we are today if it wasn't for all of you. I'm extremely grateful for growing up in a small town where we are all there for each other. Being born and raised in Grandview, I have seen on many occasions what it means to be a part of a family. I'm not talking about the people we live with. I'm talking about our community. The way we all come together in support of one another when things get tough always amazes me. Because of this sense of unity that has been established here, Grandview will always be home. No matter how far away any of us go in our life, our roots will always be in the 98930. As I write this speech, I'm at a loss for words. It would be very easy for me to sit in front of this camera and talk about the disappointments and frustrations that have already been presented to us, the class of 2020, during the last few weeks.
I could talk about how our soccer and baseball teams would have made it into districts or even state, or about our amazing mariachi making yet another state run, or how about our senior prom we never got to go to, or walking the hallways of our elementary schools as inspirations to the primary students. The list could go on and on about the things we missed. This virus really has taken away so many moments from us, but the virus doesn't get to win. That is not who we are. We are 2020 strong.
I'm not the type of person to dwell on things. Instead, I feel we must be present, in the moment, and be thankful for the experiences that we, as a class, have already had. So instead of talking about what it could have been, let's talk about the memories that cannot be taken away from us.
Thinking about the memories we have made as a class, I am reminded of winning Powder Puff not once, not twice, but 3 times. Or memories like winning Macho Man back to back. Not that I am counting or anything, but that's 5 rings in 4 years. This virus cannot take away the memories of yelling, "Somebody boo this man," despite knowing Parrish is going to give you the look. Or screaming at the top of our lungs just in aspirations of a bedazzled PVC pipe. And lastly, but certainly not least, doing donuts in the middle school parking lot.
Continuing down memory lane and looking into our future, think back to history class. Think about World War II, the Civil War, and the tragic events of 9/11. A common discussion topic throughout these lessons is not the events themselves, but what these events caused. We talk about why these events took place, the effect it had on the country, and most importantly, how the American people reacted and bounced back even stronger every time. This pandemic is not something that will just be washed away in the history books and our minds. All those textbooks we have skimmed through throughout our time at GHS will start printing new copies, adding a page addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. In the years to come, history classes will talk about us, the class of 2020, and how the pandemic affected us and how we reacted. With that being said, in the words of Charles Swindoll, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. So let's keep that in mind during this time of uncertainty as we get through this pandemic together. As we look into our future, most of us are scared of failing. Did you know that it took Thomas Edison over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb for him to finally get it right? When one fails, one learns and grows. If you're not failing at something at least once a day, you are not trying hard enough to grow as an individual. Remember, in life, we are going to fail at some point, but that is not what defines you. What defines you is how you come back from that failure. I challenge you, the class of 2020, to fail. But when you fail, bounce back stronger, learn, and use that failure to your advantage. I challenge you to ask yourself at the end of every day, how did I fail today? If the answer is you didn't fail, then reflect, go through your day, and challenge yourself the next day, the day after that, and every single day. Continue to challenge yourself. Be the type of person that accepts failure, but is not okay with it. As a friendly reminder to the juniors, underclassmen, and future Greyhounds, always get involved and fill the stands at every event possible. You never know when it can be taken away from you, and it is out of your control whether or not you get to attend another event in support of GHS. And to my fellow classmates, I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to grow alongside all of you the last 13 years of our lives. I genuinely cannot wait to see what life has in store for us. Go out and conquer the world with our 2020 vision. Go Hounds.
Thank you, Christine and Rocco. What great words of wisdom and memories for your classmates. 2 years ago in this portion of graduation, I shared with the community that we were getting a new high school, and we all applauded and were excited. Last year, I shared that we were approaching the halfway mark in the construction, and now the old school is slowly coming down, and the new high school will be opening to our community in August. Not very often do I have the community captive. Now, normally you're in the stadium, but tonight you're captive sitting on your couch or at your computer or desk or phone. So please allow me this opportunity to say a personal thank you to the community of Grandview for making this new school possible. At this time in the program, Mr. Strom and I normally would stand side by side as I prepared to introduce him for his words of wisdom. But today, these words are from my heart to Mr. Strom and the community. These trying times have brought our team of Grandview educators closer together and more determined than ever to make Grandview the place for your students to go to school. Mr. Strom, this is our 4th graduation together, and the Grandview educational system keeps getting better and better. As I reflect on the year in the Grandview School District, I think about the amazing awards that McClure Elementary and Grandview Middle School received and how excited we are about the students that we still soon will be getting in the halls of Grandview High School. You and our entire Grandview educational staff are making a difference in the lives of the scholars in our community. Whether you call it the corona, the pandemic, or COVID-19, I think we can all agree that this is not the way we wanted to end this year. And now, Mr. Henry Strom, Superintendent.
Good evening, Grandview Class of 2020. Parents, family members, and friends, this is a unique time. At the time of this recording, Grandview School District, which is within the boundaries of Yakima County, is in the throes of a pandemic and has one of the highest infection rates on the west coast of the United States of America. This keeps us in phase 1 of the reopening plan. We are in a time and space where our collective efforts to stay healthy are taking precedence over the many facets of our daily lives. 11 weeks ago, on March 16th, the educational experience for you changed dramatically. Your final trimester at Grandview High School was now in the hands of our governor, the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Grandview Education Association, public school employees of the Grandview School District, and the Board of Directors and your parents and guardians, all whom had a hand in agreements that collectively shaped your final weeks here in Grandview. It is remarkable the collaboration that took place to continue to provide you with an education to prepare you for the next phase in your lives. Graduation is a special time of our life. It signifies the ceremonial recognition of our dedication to the attainment of knowledge, a means to set the first layer of a foundation to become a productive and informed member of our society. Graduation is a rite of passage, from that of a young adolescence to that of becoming a young adult, and with that, the pending responsibility of adulthood. Graduates, you have a few more years to focus on furthering your education or to further developing your skills in the vocational areas, or serving our country in the military, or entering into the workforce. In addition to our nation entering the third month under the grips of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are in a time where the citizens of our country are uneasy. Individuals are expressing concern with how our government is functioning to serve its citizenry. Graduates, we are fortunate to live in a country that declares that at its very core we are founded on a belief that every member of our country is afforded the right to thoughtfully engage in our democracy. Now is the time that we remember the founding documents of this country that state that every member of this country is afforded the rights of this country. In my humble opinion, this requires that we are informed citizens, regardless of our political party affiliation, our race, gender, or gender identification, the language spoken in the home, religious group identification. We all have both a right and a responsibility to participate in our democracy. Now is the time for you to prepare to get involved. The class of 2020, I wish that we had all come together under different circumstances. I recognize that a virtual graduation is not what any of us has been envisioning. You have given us all plenty of wonderful memories and experiences to make our families, friends, and our staff proud of you. I am so looking forward to the future and awaiting the news of your coming accomplishments on the paths that you choose. Your time with us here in Grandview leaves us forever encouraged by your collective and individual potential to make a difference in our world. Please go forward, make an impact, make a difference, and live a life filled with happiness. Go Hounds. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Strom. And now for the time you've all been waiting for. As principal of Grandview High School, it is my honor and privilege to present the members of the graduating class of 2020. Having met all of the requirements of our district and the state of Washington, Superintendent Strom, Mr. Bergeson, and the members of the school board, I present to you the graduating class of 2020 from Grandview High School. Reading the names of our graduates this evening would traditionally be the senior class president, Alexis Padilla, and the ASB president, Yvette Corona. They will be reading the names of the students as the picture of each graduate is shown. This is to symbolize the student walking across the stage and receiving the diploma.
Ali Abarca Gonzalez,
Alondra Aguilar Diaz,
JC Algamdi,
Jeremiah Alanis,
Onika Alanis,
Edwin Alarcón Hernández,
José de Jesús Alonso Inocencio,
Alessandra Álvarez,
Christine Alvarez,
Cruz Amador,
Eduardo Amezcua,
Daniela Andrade Quiles,
Joseph Alejandro Arrevalo,
Jonathan Arguello,
Dennis Arias Arrevalo,
José Arredondo Ledesma,
Jasmine Arregui,
Angel Arriaga,
Isabella Arriaga,
Nathan Arroyo,
Esmeralda Arteaga Castillo,
Jessica Barragan,
Norberto Barrea,
James Barrientes,
Anaya Baez Ramos,
Destiny Beltran,
Justin Botello Padilla.
Mark Bravo.
Alexandria Brunico.
Brianna Buenrostro.
Diana Buenrostro.
Abilene Burris.
Madeline Burris.
Jonathan Cabildo.
Cassandra Campos.
Oscar Campos.
Saúl Campuzano Orduño.
Natalie Carpino.
Candice Castillo.
Thomas Cervantes Jacobo.
Stacy Chapa.
Alejandra Clara.
Ruben Cohetzatitla.
Sydney Colley.
Courtney Conklin.
Jasmine Contreras.
Fabian Cornejo.
Consuelo Corona Bravo.
Lasmin Corona Cortez.
Rubén Corona.
Verónica Corona Lara.
Yvette Corona.
Maribel Correa Malta.
Alejandro Cortés.
Nicholas Cortez.
Adamari Crespo.
Brianna Cruz.
Cynthia Cruz.
Misael Cruz Marquez.
Diego Cuevas Hernández.
Stephanie Cuevas.
Raymond Dawson.
Kimberly de la Mora Álvarez.
Alex de Luna.
Isaac Dean.
Bryce de la Rosa.
Joel Delgadillo Rubalcaba.
José Delgado.
Sinaí Delgado Labra.
Yareli Diego.
Javier Domínguez.
Lizette Duarte López.
Bailey Dewis.
Matías Escobar.
Guadalupe Espinosa.
Jacqueline Espinosa.
Tori Eves.
Isaiah Farias.
Leslie Fernández Mendoza.
Angel Flores.
Cesar Flores.
Ezequiel Flores.
Isaac Galindo.
Isaiah Garcia.
Jocelyn Garcia.
Martín Garcia.
Montserrat Garcia.
Yesenia García Mendoza.
Rafael Garibay.
Enrique Garza.
Isaac Garza.
Josué Garza.
Javier Godínez.
Jesús Godínez.
Ramón Godínez Cruz.
Emily Gómez.
Kaylin Gómez.
Yulisa González.
Vanessa González.
Joel Granados.
Carlos Guerrero.
Julian Guizar,
Bryson Herman,
Anthony Hernandez,
Gloria Hernandez Morales,
Giovanna Hernandez,
Daniel Herrera,
Alexander Holtberg,
Jael Ibarra Domondon,
Mario Jacobo Valle,
Sebastian Jaime,
Jesus Jimenez Mondragon,
Natalia Jimenez,
Hunter Kleino,
Alexis Lara,
Sebastián Lara,
Daisy Lara Sanchez,
VNA Larney,
Andrea Laurian,
Juan Ledesma,
Daniel Lemus,
Lisbeth Lemus,
Jesus Leon Jaime,
Alec Lepe,
José Lepe Valencia,
Antonia Leiva Álvarez,
Dulce María Licea Saucedo,
Derek Lilienthal,
Dakota Lynn,
Katie Lopez Ceja,
Myra Lopez,
Misael López Mendoza,
Rebecca Lopez,
Amanda Lowe,
Jacqueline Macias,
Anna Madrigal,
Ana Madrigal,
Tamara Marquez,
Alejandro Martínez Jr.,
Berenice Martínez Zúñiga,
Brian Martínez Núñez,
Cristo Martínez Pablo,
Marlene Martínez,
María Medina,
Saraí Medina Díaz,
Alexis Mena Brito,
Fernando Mendoza Torralba,
Malachi Mendoza Verduzco,
Nayeli Mendoza,
Isaiah Montelongo,
Angel Montiel Ramos,
Roxana Montiel,
Erica Mora,
Angel Morales,
Daniel Morales Paz,
Xavier Moran,
Alonzo Munoz,
Nathan Najera Torres,
Brenda Norrieja,
Felix Núñez,
Angélica Ochoa,
Yasmin Ochoa Jiménez,
Victoria Olivares,
Lexi Ontiveros,
Jimena Orduño,
Sofía Orduño,
Ivan Ornelas,
Areli Orozco López,
Leonardo Orozco,
Osler Orozco,
Oscar Ortega,
Samuel Ortega,
Jordani Osuna,
María del Carmen Pacheco Agüero,
Alexis Padilla,
Caleb Padilla,
Merso Palencia.
Melissa Payares,
Trayton Parrish.
Isaiah Perez,
Heidi Perez Garcia.
Christian Prieto,
Angel Ramirez.
Albert Ramos,
Amber Ramos.
Daniel Ramos,
Elizabeth Ramos.
Kathy Ramos,
Paula Ramos.
Alora Raymond,
George Luis Renteria Lara.
Jorge Reyes Pantoja,
Asia Rivera.
Daniela Rodriguez Trejo,
Josué Rodríguez Perez.
Julian Rodriguez Arreguín,
Salma Romero.
Jennifer Rosas Dominguez,
Amalia Rubio Gonzalez.
Daisy Ruiz,
Alexandria Sanchez.
Jennifer Sanchez,
Julia Sanchez.
Kiara Sanchez,
Melissa Sanchez Camarena.
Miranda Sanchez, Carlos Saucedo,
Jorge Saucedo.
Matthew Searcy,
Aaliyah Silva.
Aaliyah Silva,
Michelle Soto.
Elijah Soria, Damian Stoneking,
Daniela Teo.
Melissa Thompson,
Alyssa Tobin.
Leonardo Torres,
Ricardo Torres.
Daniel Trejo,
Brian Uribe Garcia.
Fátima Uribe Ramírez,
Lizeth Valdez.
Jesús Vargas,
Nereida Vargas Torres.
Anthony Vasquez,
Maria Vasquez.
Stephanie Velázquez Figueroa,
Carlos Velázquez Velázquez.
Andrew Verduzco,
Elias Villa.
Jared Villa,
Jasmine Villa.
Melanie Vizcarra,
Molly Weddle.
Noelia Zambrano Cortez,
Anaya Zavala.
Esperanza Cepeda,
Raúl Zepeda Diaz.
Elizabeth Cermeno.
Congratulations, class of 2020. It is now the time that you've been waiting for. Alexis Padilla, as the senior class president, I ask that you please come to center stage, or better known as center podium, and turn the tassel.
Hello, class of 2020. This is our time. Time to get up off the couch. Are you with me? Time to turn your tassels to your left. And you are now a graduate.